The tenets of democracy are skills for living in our society that include tolerance, critical thinking and decision-making, thinking together and making meaning, power sharing and empowerment, and individual responsibility and civil involvement with others. More information on this can be found in the Technology as Facilitator of Quality Education model. The teacher implements critical thinking by engaging the students in a discussion of how to calibrate pH probes. She prompts the students to think their way through the steps in the calibration process, applying their prior knowledge to a new situation.
But what else?
Like when it gives you a reading of volts or something, and you take a substance that you already know the pH of.
Okay, that's what I'm getting at. I get a substance that I know the
pH of.
Do I only use one?
No, use two.
Why do I want to use two? Why isn't one enough?
To set a range.
To set a range. Excellent. Okay, so Robert, continue. I'm going to use the substance. Thank you.
Then I'll give you a reading of volts, and you have to set like this many volts equals to like the pH of this. Like, say you know the pH is like 11 or something, and it gives you a reading of volts. You'd have to set it so like this many volts equals to 11 for pH.
Okay, exactly. And that's just from one end. So maybe I've set my basic end, and what about the other?
So then you're going to get like a very acidic, substance, like a very extreme substance for the to set a range, as Bram said. So then you're going to take this and put the pH in the computer, and then by doing that, the computer will find a formula that calculates from the pH, from volts to the pH.
Okay.
That way you have the known standard.
Okay, then I have a known standard.
The teacher asked the students to consider how taking digital photographs of the Green Hills stream can help them make predictions about pH, temperature, conductivity, dissolved oxygen, and turbidity of the water. The students must think of different ways that pictures can illustrate a difference in temperature. For instance, this demonstrates critical thinking.
Today, we want to take, all right, readings, okay, for what tests? Right? Just yell them out. pH, okay. Temperature.
Conductivity.
And turbidity.
DO and turbidity. Okay. Temperature. Okay. What are we looking at? How do you take a picture of temperature?
Well, you could take a picture of like a tree which has shade. It's like showing where it could make a difference.
Sure. I could take a picture of a tree and it'll give me shade. Does that mean my temperature might be cooler or warmer? Might be cooler. What else might I do?
The teacher encourages critical thinking by asking the students about the effects of different chemicals and chemical solutions on the conductivity of the water in the stream.
Would the soap raise conductivity? What do we know it might affect? What does soap affect?
pH.
Okay, why?
Because like some detergents are like really extremely basic.
Exactly. Okay, so you might see that. But remember, what solution is going to affect conductivity? Soap might. Some soaps might, right?
Yeah, because aren't there like sunlight? Because we tested it, like we tested it, and so that means the beginning of the year we tested like some soaps and they had like higher conductivity.
Sure.
The teacher promotes critical thinking by asking the students about the possible effects the weather can have on water quality. The students must analyze the digital pictures of the stream in order to make predictions about pH, temperature, conductivity, dissolved oxygen, and turbidity. The teacher guides the students by asking them questions about the observations they have made. This is an example of thinking together.
But what's happened recently?
It stormed a lot.
Okay, it stormed a lot. So might that have brought some extra things?
Yeah, like pollution. The parking lot, there's like stuff in the parking lot maybe, and it washed down to the stream.
It could have.
The air, maybe like in the way down in the air.
Now, the acid stuff might do what? Do you think it's going to come down as foam? What might it do more than that? What would it affect if I had acid rain coming into my stream?
It would affect
pH, right.
The teacher demonstrates empowerment by engaging the students in a practical, hands-on activity. The students must measure the depth of the stream, gauge its pH, and take temperature readings. They must use critical thinking to determine what parts of the stream they should study.
where you can work together. Should we go
can
over there?
share the email.
Well, okay, so maybe together you can do the same test for with each other
Yeah.
for both
'Cause we'd have to
sections.
I'd have to do that anyway.
So do you want to do that?
I
Okay.
guess that's what I'll do.
Okay, let's go suggest and see if they're willing to oblige, which I'm sure they will. Okay.
Sure they are.
Okay, that sounds like a real nice solution for that.
The teacher asked the students to conduct a longitudinal study of either pH or conductivity over the course of the 3 seasons during which they have collected data. The teacher is emphasizing critical thinking by asking the students to think about the impact of seasonal change on the water quality in the stream.
I would like for you to take and do a longitudinal study now. Do you know what I mean by not longitudinal? Okay. All right. What do I mean by seasonal analysis?
Just by one season, or just for a specific time, and then
Right.
longitudinal is the overall.
Right. The whole year. Longitudinal is the whole year. So what you're going to do so that we kind of make it smaller, because we've had trouble when we say we say build a model about water quality. Those were huge, remember? We couldn't even fit those on a screen. Well, now what I want to do is I want to just see you work with something very specific, and that's a longitudinal study of either pH over the seasons or conductivity. Okay?
The students demonstrate critical thinking by using the water quality data they have collected to build a model that explains how the water quality in the stream changes from season to season.
If there's a short summer, but like a longer fall type season, that won't, like, the water, that would probably be better for the water quality because people don't really fertilize their lawns in the fall. They just kind of try to rake up the leaves.
Okay. All right. And then if I make it longer, I make a long summer and fertilization. So what just went down? Fertilization went up.
Yeah, and the water quality,
Where's that?
that's the yellow one on top.
Oh, and it's going down. Okay. And it's going down. And the conductivity came back up. All right, great.